Hey guys, we're going to be checking out a video titled A Day in Dresden, What to See in Dresden, Germany. I don't know much about Dresden, but we're going to be finding out about that right now. If you have any recommendations, leave those in the comment section or click the pinned comment and you can recommend videos using that link. It's pretty easy. Either ways, man, without further ado, let's go right into this video.
We have been looking forward to visiting Dresden for a very long time. This is a city much like Vienna that just feels so regal. It was home to so many kings and queens, so many royals throughout the years, but this was actually one of the most resilient cities in Europe as well. By far the most catastrophic event here in Dresden was the firebombing raid from the Royal Air Force of Britain. Much like the atomic bomb attacks of Japan, the firebombing of Dresden happened towards the very end of the war, and heartbreakingly, most of the casualties were civilians. The amount of damage that this city took, not just in World War II, but in the 7 Years' War, the Napoleonic Wars, going centuries back in history, every time Dresden has risen from the ashes. As we're making our way through the Altstadt, or the Old Town here in Dresden, this is Brühl's Terrace. I'm going to try the German. Brühlische Terrasse, something like that. I'm pretty close, I think. This terrace is one of the best lookout points over the Elbe, and it reminds us of when we were in Hamburg, we were also on the Elbe River. It's just so crazy how far a lot of these rivers go in Germany. Dresden is the second largest city on the Elbe River, and because of the historical significance and incredible architecture, a lot of people refer to Dresden as the Florence of the Elbe.
What the hell? That's cool.
The city of Dresden is renowned for its architecture, but perhaps the crowning jewel of this city is the Frauenkirche, which means Our Lady Church. This is a Protestant church that was built in the 18th century. However, it was completely destroyed during World War II. There is almost nothing left except for rubble. For 50 years, the church was kept in its ruined state as a memorial to those who lost their lives. However, after the reunification of Germany in the 1990s, they decided it would be a good idea to restore it to its former grandeur. And they actually used a lot of the rubble that was still remaining after it was destroyed. Most of the facade looks brand new, but you can see bricks and little parts of the building that were definitely damaged during the war. They tried to keep it as true as possible to the original form. The Frauenkirche is located in one of the main squares of Dresden, and this is actually where one of the largest Christmas markets in the entire country occurs. And I think they have some permanent infrastructure for it, because we're looking around and we see a lot of shops and interesting food stands.
I think instead of a Christmas market, it's a summer market or a fall market or something. There's a bunch of sunflowers and all these lodgy shops posted up, so let's check it out.
I'm really excited there's something here, because we just keep saying one thing we absolutely have to do one day is go to an authentic German Christmas market.
And this is the best we're gonna get.
I would say this is the one to come to.
Like, I can't imagine just having a meal and that's over there to on the right, like what? It's like, yeah, that would be a surreal moment.
So many different smells going on in this market. I smell sweet donuts to pretzels to, of course, sausage and meats.
Lots of Wurst. One of the funniest discoveries I've made here in Germany is that the word bratwurst actually means fried sausage. Brat means fried, because we've seen Bratkartoffeln a lot on menus, which just means fried potatoes. But back home, we just call them brats. We don't even say bratwurst, we just call them brats. So in German, that just means fried. Zweimal Bratwurst bitte und Pommes frites.
Befehl? Einmal und zwei.
Einmal Pommes.
Ja. Zwei das und einmal Pommes.
Ja, danke schön.
Dankeschön.
Das und das.
This is the way that bratwurst is served in Germany, particularly more around the Bavaria region. It comes in kind of just like a dinner roll, so it's not the entire long bun that we're used to in the States. However, the bratwurst is a really good size. It hangs off of both sides of the dinner roll like that. This is quintessential, especially with the mustard on top. This is how you do Dresden right here. I'm excited. Wow. Perfectly crispy on the outside. Amazing
Soft on the
consistency to
inside.
bite into. And the mustard. The mustard is the key ingredient. We were just coming to see the Frauenkirche. We had no idea what we had in store at this market.
What's up, Grandma?
When you walk around the Altstadt of Dresden, it doesn't take long to run into just incredible artwork and architecture. Not far from the Frauenkirche is the Fürstenzug, or the Procession of Princes. This mural depicts almost the entire line of Saxon kings from 1127 all the way up to the 1800s. It's made with porcelain, and there are estimated to be 23,000 porcelain tiles on this wall. While it's never been officially confirmed, it is believed to be the largest porcelain mural in the entire world.
That's crazy.
And it's yet another example of how historically significant the city of Dresden is. Even though Leipzig is larger, Dresden is the capital of Saxony, which is still to this day a German state. And looking at all of the Saxon kings throughout the years of their reigns are even listed as well. So you can literally go all the way from the mid 1100s up until the 1800s on this wall. It's over 100 meters long, and it is absolutely breathtaking. When we were doing our prep for Dresden, we saw a lot of pictures of this, but until you actually see it with your own eyes and you're right in front of it, you can't truly appreciate the scale of it. This is huge and must have taken so long to make.
Definitely, probably, I don't know, 6 months? A year?
The yellow in this mural really stands out to me. It looks like a tapestry from far away, and even though most of the mural is black and white, the yellow really stands out. You can't even tell that it's porcelain from far away. You really have to get right under it to see the tiles themselves. So much detail, so stunning, and definitely something you have to see while here in Dresden.
This is a perfect way to walk through all of it, because after you see the Frauenkirche, you kind of walk through the market, you walk down this long row and appreciate the mural, and then the palace is right behind us.
Something that is just so utterly incredible about Dresden is that all of these buildings in the Altstadt were basically destroyed. It was all rubble around us, and yet what was left of the stones from the original buildings, if they could use it, they did in the rebirth. To see these buildings reconstructed in such an authentic way, it really is incredible.
That's really amazing.
Dresden is just full of this regal feeling architecture because of all the kings and queens that resided here from so many different empires too. This is the Zwicker Palace, and it honestly feels like we're back in Vienna. I mean, this is so crazy, but there's also the fact that everywhere we go, we see burn marks on a lot of these buildings. And it's again because when Dresden was completely almost wiped off the map, it was nothing but rubble. And a lot of this rubble was used to recreate these buildings, which I think is so amazing, to keep that little part of the original piece. And to also make sure that it was reconstructed in a way that was very true to its original form. I think the palace gardens here are under some construction because it looks like they're clearing out a bunch of stuff, but there's a little portion of it that we can see that still looks pretty cool. So it appears like you can walk all the way around the top of the lookouts of the gardens. And it's pretty cool that this is just kind of open to the public. We didn't really have to pay for a ticket or anything. We just walked up this staircase and here we are. And this used to be very exclusive property. And there's no way that citizens could just mosey on in. But it's cool to see that. It's cool to see the access that people have to such a beautiful work of architecture.
It's so hard to visualize a world where these palaces were used with kings and queens and monarchies, especially in the US. We just don't have these type of palaces to look back and remember this point in time. But here, in all places, Dresden, Germany has...
Yeah, I mean, like, that's just the reality. You don't, in a lot of places, you don't have that. Like, maybe some Germans would take it for granted when they see, you know, these things every day or whatever. But history has been in every single country, like even in the United States. It's beyond 1776. It's beyond that. However, life was different. You know, life was different in a lot of these places. It's only a few places that literally has monumental, you know, things that you look at them and they actually tell you the history of what was going on there, but most places don't actually.
These regal palaces that are tangible.
Thank you so much for coming along on our adventure through Dresden today. If you're from this area,
Dude, this view is so wild. Like, look at the color and like, I remember he said they used the burnt stones and stuff like that. Like, it makes it look literally like military. Like, what the hell? Dude, to walk through this city has to be like insane. It has to just feel so weird, surreal. Has to.
or if you're from Germany in general and have anything that we missed, I'm sure we missed a lot because we did not have enough time here. Drop that in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed to the newsletter, be sure to do that. The link is all.
Link is going to be in the description for the original video. Check them out, man. This is crazy. This is really crazy. And I like it. I like it. Dresden seems like a freaking amazing place to visit. It's quite ironic. I don't know if it's in the top tier of places that people visit in Germany, but it's beautiful. Definitely would visit it. You guys can let me know in the comment section if you've ever visited Dresden as a German yourself, because I hope you would have. But yeah, let me know your experiences, and like he said, tell some little, you know, hints and clues about Dresden in the comment section. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.